Hello, class. This is Professor Clark here. I just want to send you a quick video. Apologize for the surroundings. I'm actually in a hotel here in Florida, so I apologize for that. But I wanted to go over a few things with you. I thought maybe a video would be a better way to communicate these things to you. Number one, with discussion. This is kind of a big one that classes sometimes take a little longer to develop. But you want to get yourself into a schedule when you're doing discussion. What I would recommend here is because what we look at when we're grading discussion is how many posts do you make during the week, how active are you during the week, and what is the substance of the posts that you make. So the general rule of thumb is you want to be active at least 3 days in discussion. That means you want to be posting at least 3 days in discussion. Not every day. If you want to do every day, that's fine, but you want to be active in discussion at least 3 days every week. And this includes even the short weeks, week 1 and week 7.5. The other thing is you want to get on a schedule in terms of how you're posting. What I would recommend is Monday, Tuesday, do your initial post, jump back in maybe Wednesday and make a few responses, come back maybe on Thursday, Friday, make a few more responses, and maybe do one more check on Saturday to make sure there's nothing else you want to wrap up. The other most important thing in terms of discussion is what you're responding to classmates with. A lot of times students will just say, hey, I agree, that's a great post. And while that may be true, that's not exactly the spirit of the discussion board. So what you want to do is, if you agree with a post or if you think it's a great post, you need to talk about why that is. Why do you think it's a great post? Why do you agree with it? Ask questions. That's another big one that I personally do look at quite a bit is why why are you asking questions? What are you asking of your classmates? Those are big things. And if you do those things, then odds are, if you're consistent with them, your discussion grades will definitely reflect that. Also, make sure you're using proper grammar. Make sure you're capitalizing the right words. Make sure you're using punctuation properly. Period ends a sentence. If you're referring to yourself as I is capitalized. Those are also big things that we see and we look at. So just some simple rules there to kind of look at. Now with grading, typically we try to get grading done by Tuesday, Wednesday of the following week after a class is over. So usually on Monday I will go into the grade book, and if an assignment is not done for the previous week, I will mark it as a 0. That is my way of keeping track of what's been turned in and what hasn't been turned in, and it allows a little ease for grading. It doesn't mean you can't go back and turn it back in. It just means that for my purposes, I'll look at it as a 0 until you do turn it in. Also, the way that I grade is that you will have a brief message that will just maybe give maybe one sentence or two of my thoughts, and then I will reserve most of my comments for the rubric. So it's important that you look over the entire grading scheme whenever you open your assignment to look and see what your feedback is, because most of my feedback will go into the rubric, not in the main message that you get. So if you have questions, if you're trying to figure out, well, why did I only get a 90 when I thought I did 100, you want to make sure you look at the rubric notes and what I write down underneath each one of the rubric categories to find out what my comments are, and I usually try to give those comments on a regular basis. Week 1, we're in the process of finishing those up right now. So I hope you all had a great first week and are diving in. This is going to move very, very quickly. You'll be very surprised at how fast this all moves. It's gonna go. These 7 weeks are gonna move very rapid. So make sure you stay on top of things. If you have questions, make sure you either email me or you post something in the Ask Your Instructor message board. Now be careful, if you do post something in the Ask Your Instructor message board, everyone can see it. So I've had a tendency to have a few students that will post more personalized information and Ask Your Instructor rather than just email me. So it's usually easier if it's something that's personal, email me. If it's something that's general, then post it and ask your instructor, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Office hours. This is another one. Office hours are basically meant to where if you have a question, you can get with us on Skype to have a face-to-face, very much like a video conversation, and we leave ourselves open for that. What I ask is that if you choose to have a Skype session with me, that you let me know ahead of time. It's one of those things where I'm not sitting here for just an hour waiting for someone to call. So if you want to have a one-on-one session with me, please make sure that you email me and say, hey, Professor Clark, I'd like to talk with you on Tuesday. I have a question about X, Y, or Z. and I'm more than happy to accommodate and make sure that I'm available to do that. If Tuesday doesn't work for you, I can try to accommodate that as well. My best hours are after 5 o'clock, around 6. And on. Those are usually the best times for me, simply because I do have another job. It's a full-time job, and it's usually 8 to 5. So, and I try not to mix the two up. So, those are just some basic things that will help you hopefully get started in class. Make sure you've read over the supplemental syllabus and the course syllabus documents, so you have a full understanding of how things are and what the expectations are. I'll try to post every week to let you know kind of what you have to look forward to this week. I'll try to post video messages as well. But by all means, reach out to me anytime. You can get my email. It's M as in Matt, A Clark, CLARK at BryantStratton.edu. That's BryantStratton.edu. Feel free to reach out to me anytime, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. So with that, I'll let you get back to week 2, and look forward to reading your responses in the discussion board and checking out your assignments. And again, I can't emphasize it enough. If you have questions, problems, concerns, anything like that, please email me. Don't wait till the last minute to do it, because once you get to week 6, week 7, if you've had problems before, it's really hard to address those with that short of time, because this is a very short class, only 7.5 weeks. So if you have assignments that are missing, please reach out to me ASAP to let me know how you want to get those turned in. If you have questions, we can Skype, we can email, we can do, I'm pretty flexible in terms of how you can reach out to me. So again, I'll leave you with that, and hope that you have a great week 2, and we'll talk soon.